the Trump administration putting God back on top where he belongs. And also the Trump administration making a budget cut to the UN to the tune of $285 million after the UN basically tries to gut the decision to move our embassies to Jerusalem. More information on the Trump dossier, the investigation underneath Mueller. That and a lot more today on the Truth Hour.
Something really wrong is going on.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
I want the truth.
Good morning everybody. Welcome to another segment, another jam-packed hour of the Truth Hour radio program. I am Shane Jameson, coming to you on this beautiful Thursday morning, a few days after Christmas and New Year's Eve and Christmas there, and just a few days before the New Year's holiday. Grateful to be here today. Welcome everybody that's going to be joining us today. I appreciate your attendance. Please like us. Please follow us. You can also send me emails, any questions, concerns, topic ideas, truthourradio@gmail.com. And also, once again, I'm used to having someone else do the plugging here, and it's a work in progress for me to do that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump in today, guys. I hope each and every one of you had a blessed Christmas Eve and Christmas. Hopefully you were able to get together with your family. Hopefully if you did travel, it was safe travel and you were able to make your destinations. And if you're still there, that's awesome. And if you're traveling back to your place of destination, please be safe. I do know north of here in PA, in Erie, PA, I think they got upwards of 60 inches of snow. I heard there were blizzard conditions up there for a few days. I do believe that has passed, but it is still bitterly cold. They did have that lake effect snow going on and got buried. So we were fortunate enough to get a dusting of snow, I think half an inch or an inch and a half total over the last few days, which was just awesome because I don't even think the forecast was calling for that. You know, so me and my wife and boys were all talking. We're like, oh man, you know, it better at least be cold for Christmas, right? I mean, it's got to fill the season. I don't know about y'all, but it's got to fill the season. Oh, I see some people on here. My daughter Cheyenne, my son-in-law Dakota. Welcome to you both. And here's where I always say this, way out in El Paso, Texas. And that is a long way out there. So thank you guys for being on today. Let us know how cold it is out there in El Paso. It can't be as cold as it is here, guys. I screenshotted and I didn't pull it up, and I should have pulled it up, but I can verify and let you know that it was 3 degrees this morning at 7 o'clock when I got up and had coffee and was watching Fox. So, downright bitterly cold here in Pittsburgh, PA. So, was talking with Dakota here the other day or something, and he's like, oh, it's too cold. I'm like, come on up, bud. Welcome to the frozen tundra that is the Berg. Oh my goodness, yes, it will test even the toughest people, I can guarantee you. And I typically don't like the cold either. You know, I'm native Texan myself, you know, but I'm going to tell you what, it's been awesome up here. I mean, I love the 4 seasons. I mean, you can live in Texas, and Texas is kind of a 2-season state. I mean, it's either hot or it's cold for a few days or weeks, and then it's right back up into summer. There's not a whole lot of fall. There's not a whole lot of springtime transitional time frames there. So, you know, love Pittsburgh, love the Northeast. If you want 4 seasons, guys, a true transitional stage, there's not a place better than up here. So, beautiful fall foliage, you know, hills, rivers, water, and good weather for the most part. And it's mild in the summer. It's usually not too hot. So, anyways, and welcome, Lauren. I see you on there as well. Thank you, sir. You're always a week in, week out faithful attendee of the Truth Hour, and I appreciate that. And once again, I hope everybody had a great holiday season. We're not over yet. We still have the new year upcoming. So a lot of things to be thankful for. guys, we ended our last session, our last episode, being thankful and kind of acknowledging those things that we're grateful for. And I think I'm going to lead out this segment of the Truth Hour with what I believe is front and center. There's a lot of things the Trump administration has done right. I could go down the list, and we'll actually go down a list here in a little bit of some of the bullet points of what Trump has accomplished in his first year as President of the United States. But I believe what actually, pardon the pun, trumps all of that is the fact that God is front and center, at least in the verbiage of this president when he addresses various councils, when he's in front of international leadership, when he is here in the States or he's abroad. This man invokes God and Christ and Judeo-Christian values like maybe since Reagan. I can't remember. I mean, I don't even believe the Bushes invoked God as much as Trump did, and we definitely didn't get any backing on our Christian values and Christianity in general from the Obama administration. I mean, for 8 years, I've always touted this, and it's proven fact. I mean, Obama kind of kicked the can when it came to that, and I mean, he took every opportunity to kind of diss the Christian faith, but he also, at the same as double-edged sword, while he was dissing the Christian faith and Judeo-Christian values, he was also steadfastly, going to bat for the Muslim faith. I mean, it was just horrible, right? I mean, he would always stand up for them, and he would always take a chance to, kick dirt in Christians' face. So just absolutely ridiculous. And there's my son, Cooper. See him on as well. So, hey, got a lot of family on here today. It comprises a majority of my audience, and I'm grateful for that. Hey, audience is audience. I am grateful for that. Yep. Cooper's at home. He's not feeling too well, so if y'all could keep him in your prayers. He's trying to get over kind of a chest cold of sorts. Got him laying off his swim practice for a few days, trying to heal up. So, grateful for him. And, I was telling my good friend Dave about Christmas and such. And before I get into today's topics, got to go into a little bit of stuff about some Christmas relevance here. We kind of me and Christy set up a good scheme of sorts for Christmas Day as it pertains to the boys, and we'd led into that for days and weeks. Actually, we kind of let them have a platform of, we really want a PlayStation. They hadn't had a game console in a long time. And, this goes all the way back to Black Friday, so, maybe there's a chance, Dad and Christy can go out and get a PlayStation. So we played that to the T, so, well, we'll give it a shot. Black Friday, there's a number of places that'll have them, and there's really good prices. And went out, came back, didn't get a PlayStation. Went to GameStop, it's out. Best Buy, they're out. Looked online, they're out. Every place we went, they're out. And we played that to the T right up until Christmas morning. They thought they were getting pajamas and socks and underwear and all the goodies that teenage boys want, right? And so Christmas morning rolls around, and we decide to do a scavenger hunt. Yeah, we got little clues. So they come down, and we're like, hey, since we got you socks and underwear and all the basics, and this is going to be really fun, we're fixing to make this even funner. So what's worse torture than basically knowing all you're going to get socks and underwear than the fact that you got to do a scavenger hunt to get the socks and underwear? So we start that out, and we set this up purposely that they were going to get, we were just going to reveal that they got one PlayStation. So we send Cooper and Dutch off on different directions to find their socks and underwear and their pajamas, and it was all good. And so they get done with that, but then on the last thing, we had it set up to where Dutch was going to find, my youngest boy, he was going to find the PlayStation. And Cooper's his last note or clue was to send him off into Nowhereville, so he didn't find nothing. So we had that set up on purpose. Dutch was to find the PlayStation, and he was to get all the glory, and Cooper's down there, finding nothing. So all of a sudden you hear Dutch out of nowhere, Cooper! 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 We got a PlayStation! He's running upstairs. Yeah. And Cooper's like, he's kind of excited, but he's like, the realization's come to pass that, yeah, they got a PlayStation, but it's not going to be just his, right? It's going to be both of theirs. And not only that, who found it but his younger brother, Dutch. So me and Christy were just living this up. And we're rolling tape, too, so we got it all on video. So long story short, we going through that, and they're going to set it up. And I'm like, but see, we got 2 PlayStations. They don't know that. They're getting ready to set it up and play. Well, all that time, I'd went upstairs to the bathroom and had walked over the new PlayStation. The other PlayStation had sitting on Cooper's bed. And said, all right, before y'all play this, y'all get everything picked up. Let's get this house kind of situated before y'all set up the game. And, go put your stuff in your rooms, right? So Cooper walks in, turns on the light, and looked like a train hit him. And me and Christy happened to be rolling tape. And he had another PlayStation sitting there, and he was floored. So we didn't totally pull off the total surprise. They kind of thought they were going to get a PlayStation, but I can guarantee you, regardless of what they say, they didn't know that they had 2 PlayStations, one apiece. And it's probably better we did that, or they would have fought tooth and nail. So anyways, little short snippet about how our Christmas went down, and I actually did a really nice gift for Christy the same way. Did a scavenger hunt. She had to find it. It was a real nice turntable for her vinyl records that she loves, so she had that as well. So great Christmas at the Jameson household. Blessings all around. Just great time together, friends and family. We went and visited, did a lot of stuff. We actually cooked a Christmas dinner. I don't know how about you and your family, but so yeah, it was great and it was awesome. So anyways, I wanted to start out this segment after I've rambled for 10 minutes about how the Trump administration has put God front and center. And it's awesome. And here's just a little snippet that Fox and Friends had interviewed. I can't remember her name. Paula White is someone that's on Fox and Friends occasionally, and she's part of, I don't know if she's part of the Trump administration, but she's there, and she's going to be on here interviewing with Fox and Friends. So let's go ahead and listen to this, guys, and then we'll come back.
Well, isn't it nice to be able to say Merry Christmas and to put Jesus Christ back on the White House lawn, and to have the crusader that we have in our president? It is so vitally important. First off, it's personal to him. He's a man of faith. He is a believer. He's spiritual. I've known him for over 17 years. And Trump just hasn't put Christ back in Christmas, but he has also put prayer back into the White House. He's put justice back into, and religious freedom back into our courts. He's done so much. I say this is a man who is a promise keeper. We'll know him as the president who keeps promises.
You know, presidents, not just this president, but many presidents have been criticized for their religious beliefs, or, it's been implied that they're not religious enough or too religious. Where does he stand? You know him so personally, and here it is, Christmas Day. How does he experience his faith?
I know for him it's a very personal day, that his faith is such an important part of his life. It guides him, it leads him, and one of the things that I love about President Trump is that he is not afraid to take those steps that might be unpopular with other people. We do not have to be afraid of the political correct police anymore. What makes America great is that we were founded on a Judeo-Christian nation, and that's vitally important for us to understand. He understands it. It's personal to him. Our country, though it is not a theocracy, you will not understand the democracy if you don't understand the biblical foundation and the traditions and the foundation of Christianity and of our faith. And though we are not just a nation of Christianity, we're of all faith. Right. We live in a country that is very biblically illiterate. And without understanding the Bible, you won't understand the foundation. And so it's so important because it's such a part of our ethos, of our culture. So that is a vital part of why it is important for America to understand, of putting Christ, Christmas, Mary back in Christmas. It's liberating. Right. And also, it brings great joy. I mean, this is the message that has changed literally billions and billions for a century. It's because we have preached this as Christians forever.
Joy indeed. Paula, thank you so much for taking time and for continuing to advise the president on this important message this Christmas. Thank you, Paula. Thanks, Paula.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you and Merry Christmas.
Very, very, I love that segment, guys. Putting Christ back in the White House, putting Christ, I mean, and if, what's the ramifications for that? Well, let's unpack that for a minute. I mean, it's really simple. If you've got the leadership of this country, the White House, the President of this United States, verbally invoking God in Christ, in our Judeo-Christian values, in his all but everyday life, his everyday, negotiations, his everyday addresses, you have this trickle-down effect. You have this trickle-down effect for, if he's speaking Christ to the masses, if he's speaking Christ, through his administration and through all the things that he does, what is that? What's the trickle-down effect of that? Well, I think it empowers other, American citizens and families to embrace Christ more. I mean, and that's just not what we've had in the last 8 years, right? The last 8 years, we haven't had anything. Hold on just a second, guys. Who? How do you want me to get off this? How do I click it off? I'll just talk. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. We had a discussion there. I didn't mean to deviate. I'm gonna, guys. Yeah, there's something that's just been made aware to me. Apparently, a family tragedy here at our church. It's very close to everybody here at our congregation. And guys, I'll be in touch. I'm going to probably go ahead and end this segment short. I'll be in touch with information later, and maybe we'll do a follow-up segment tomorrow, guys. Okay? I hate to cut this short, but there's some pressing business and an emergency that's just happened, and I'll see if I can log this off. I appreciate you guys attending, and sorry to cut this short, but we will be back tomorrow or in the near future. Okay? See if I can get this cut off. All right. Okay. God bless, and we love you. I'll be in touch. Bye.